We're in the dome for the first time while it is raining, and I must say the way that the rain is hitting off of this giant window is so peaceful, so calming, so serene. You can really tell why we are considered the Smoky Mountains. This skylight is basically going to be anchored right above the bed. And you also have two great portholes on either side, so the dome gets a lot of light, but it still allows it to be cozy and dark enough for you to sleep in. We haven't gotten the door on yet, but I'm so happy that we have the dome to be away from the rain, because before we had the dome up, there was no shelter on the property at all. So we would have to just pack up and go, or we would have to go down into the truck and stop working. So now that we actually have the dome up, we can work a little bit in the dome and be out of the weather.
I can't.
So it's not that the bar won't hold Eric. Eric is just really out of shape right now, so he can't do a pull-up. But that actually amazed me for a second. I'm like, what are you doing? So we're getting ready to put in our door frame, and we hope it goes smoothly. We weren't able to cut the actual board for the front of the door because this thing is being measured out to the T by Eric. So we need to get the door in before we can cut the actual door frame. So we are just going to kind of frame it up and kind of support it with these scrap pieces on the floor. And then once we have the door in there, we're gonna measure where we want to make our cuts, and we'll be able to put the door in. So these two frames that Eric is putting in now is actually from True Domes. This is the door frame that came for the actual door of the dome. So that isn't anything that we bought at the store or we made ourselves. This is how the door frame comes from the company. It's going to be interesting to see it go up. It's a little tricky because a part of the door is still attached with the Velcro and the canvas and everything. But at the show, it was pretty sturdy, so we're going to make sure that we can get it as sturdy as they did when we first saw the dome. One of the biggest misconceptions about domes are the fact that they do not have a traditional or secured doorway. They look and feel like tents, and that couldn't be further from the truth. We are here at our dome that we are building in the Smoky Mountains, and today we are actually going to be putting on a traditional door frame because we needed something a little bit more insulated than the one that came with the dome. It was fairly thin and it was just not working for us, so we went yesterday to Lowe's and bought a traditional 6-panel door, and today you're going to watch us basically modify that thing to fit into our door frame, and that's going to just make it a regular tiny home. So here is the door that came with the actual dome. Like I said, very cute door, solid wood panels. However, this cute little lock was cut too high into the door. Also, this lock latches every time you close the door, and as you could tell, it has an actual lock on it. The door is so thin that you can't fit a regular knob on the door, and we just felt to make it easier for our guests, we would just get a traditional door that they would be used to using. Very cute for maybe if we were back in Florida, we could have used a door like this, but being in the Smoky Mountains, we need our door to be a little bit thicker. So this is the door, and the reasoning as to why we're not using it, we're going to try and use it somewhere else in our project, maybe as an interior door, try to take the lock off and patch it in some way. But right now for the front door of the dome, it's kind of just not the look we're going for, and for other reasons we're not going to use that door. I was really happy when Eric decided that we should change the door, because although the wooden door that we got from True Domes is very cute, now we have a door that's insulated. So we cut these 3 pieces of 2x4s, and that is going to kind of frame out or pack out the door frame. And that silver strip you see in there is actually what needs to be screwed onto the side of the 2x4s that we're putting on here, because it actually attaches to the canvas part of it. Otherwise, the door frame is going to be kind of hollow on the inside, and then you won't get this to fit and actually sit flush and be able to go onto the frame of the dome. So what we just did was added this 2x4 on the side, and Eric's just screwing that in there, and that is going to allow us to put the actual canvas onto the side of it. Now you can see that Eric is using the actual dome piece and attaching that to the side of the 2x4. That is the most important part, because that's the part that's actually going to attach back to the dome and make this all possible. So we're hoping it fits, and it looks like it does. Everything looks like it's lining up. So the trick here was to get the 2x4s to kind of build out or frame up the actual door frame so that it was flush enough to get that metal piece to lay on there. So as you guys can see, it's a little bit more boxed out like the one that came with the dome. So this is where we kind of hit a snag, and I'm not really happy about this part because we might have to cut our canvas. Now they had this set up for a door that swings on the inside, and as you can tell, the flap that is on the outside for the rain to run off of the door is in the way of a door opening. So right there we have that one little discrepancy where we would have to swing our door on the outside, and this doesn't allow for it. So we might have to cut it, and I am very nervous. I am putting this in Eric's hands, and I am just dreading this happening, but he has pretty steady hands and he has his leveler, so we're going to cut it, but that's the only way we can get it to work. Never in a million years did I think we would be modifying the actual canvas. I thought we'd just be modifying the frame. I'm a little nervous that we have to cut our canvas, but it's the only way to get it to work. And like I said, I trust Eric so much that I'm not even scared right now. However, it's our canvas, guys. It's our canvas, and you only get one. I think if we was to mess this up, we would probably have to order another one from Two Domes, and that's kind of scary. But we wanted this outswing door so we could have more space on the interior, and we wanted a bigger door frame to insulate and to be able to run electrical around. So this is what we have to do, and I'm literally so nervous, but I know he knows how important this cut is, so this is going to be the best cut of his life. I'm going to get down there and help, but I have to say that I am so nervous. But if we pull this off, then you guys will definitely be able to see that you just have to keep coming up with ideas and keep working as the obstacles come. We didn't expect this, and this is the result of having to modify it, so we just have to keep moving with it now. Let's get down there for this cut and see how it works out.
Good?
Yes. Okay, now we can get back to assembling the door. That was so nerve-wracking. Two Domes, if you're watching, we can come work for you at the factory if you need to, if you need extra help. Eric did a great job of cutting that canvas. I'm actually sweating, guys, because I knew how crazy this could have went had we cut this thing and then it didn't work. So we still have to make sure it works, but it's good to know that you can cut and modify the canvas if needed, because yeah, this thing is a play-by-ear thing. You can watch the videos, you can actually follow the manual, but it all depends and comes down to how your property fit, how you built your platform, and pretty much how you want the outcome to be, how you want the outer look to be. We wanted a traditional door, at least size-wise when it comes to the thickness of it, and when it comes to the frame, to be able to run our electrical around it and make it easy for the guests. So this is our mod. This is how we're doing our door frame, and let's just see if it works out for us. It looks good so far, and yeah, it looks like our door would be able to swing through it. Do you want to kind of practice putting the door there and making sure it swings open before you do it all the way down so we don't have to cut it again? Okay. All right. Putting on the sides now? The sides?
Yeah, I guess we'll just kinda, I guess the track just comes up to where this is, and that just goes to where this is flat, huh? And we're gonna have to do it like that.
Yeah, because then that's going to be the same on the outside when we stretch it.
I guess that's fine, because the camera should be able to still slide up and down in it, right?
I think so, though, so it makes it, you know, because it flexes a little bit.
Yeah, it gives us a little play. So, yeah, so if it needs to go down, we can pull it down. If it needs to go up, we can pull it up. Yeah, this one starts strong.
Oh yeah, you can imagine when we start to attach the Velcro, how that's going to have to pull up and down, like how we did the window, how crazy that was.
But it's way past the bottom.
Huh?
Way past the bottom. I guess it doesn't matter now. Way past the bottom of the courtroom.
No. With the fabric or with the metal?
Both.
With none. Or far. Or like this far.
So,
Right here, you want to put it to the flush with it? I'll show you what flush is. Release it.
that's flush.
No. That makes it. This is flush.
I'm hoping to be on flush. Let's go.
Good job, baby. Good job. It looks so good. Take a little water break.
So far from done.
I know. But looks like we've made it. Look how far we've come now, baby. This is so awesome to have our dome up with a doorway, and that we were able to stick with our original thought of putting a traditional door in there.
Seeing fine?
Look at Eric, he's so proud of himself, and I'm proud of him too. I can't even say that I imagine it looking this good. We still have to secure the excess canvas at the bottom. That is going to pull the canvas even tighter, and we don't have it strapped down on the inside because we had so much like moving and wiggling around. So now we can actually work on securing the canvas. If you guys have not liked and subscribed to the channel, this is a perfect time to do so. We are getting into the build. We're soon going to decorate this dome, and you're gonna really be able to see the beauty of it. And we're just hoping that we break into Airbnb and able to make some money for our family and keep this dream alive. We thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.